and a very welcome Taurians to your July 2023 astrological lookout and insight, as well as some tarot and perhaps oracle cards. We'll see where this takes us. We currently have the sun in Cancer, and it will be moving into Leo later this month. This is going from your third house of, I like to say, almost the voice inside your head, how you talk to yourself, how you were instructed early on, your early life education, your siblings, I say almost cousins too, more so your siblings, your way that you communicate through emails, messages, conversations, texts, your small groups will be highlighted and given life to with the sun in that section of your life. My cat just jumped up onto the Kitty, you're acting crazy. Leo season around the corner, which will bring a focus to your maternal realm, how you mother, how you were mothered, your mother country, your roots. There could be energy right now in thinking about past loves, going back to a past love coming back to you, showing up at your home. A new home, a new love for your home. Perhaps you redid it or something. With Venus going retrograde in your fourth house of home in Leo. Yeah, a rekindling of the hearth fire in your house that makes it seem warmer and decorating it so that it's more in tune with your heart. Kat, I'm going to have to ask you to relax. What is your deal? Sorry, my audience. Let's go to the cards. We have the North Node, which has been on on Taurus, on your sign, for the past year and 8 months or so. That's a lot of focus on you doing you things. Your image that you project being perhaps reconstructed or strengthened or just looked at, focused upon. And now that energy is going to be released off of you. And it will go into your 12th house, Aries, which will bring themes about perhaps conflict, wounds that happen from conflicts. That wound perhaps that we still carry with us that we'll have to address in like our dream, deep psychoanalytical process. So right now we're kind of going from like practical life challenges into that will stop at least. That's good. But then we'll be going into a focus on your emotional, psychological world. But it's imaginative and dreamy. It can be fun. It can be really spiritual and mystical for the next 1.8 years. It could help you to dream bigger and to bring those dreams into reality, because we do have some influences heavenly that are really asking us all to dream bigger, to be progressive, more humanitarian, less selfish in our dreams, and confident in our ability to bring them about courageously. Right now, lots of this energy is you have Jupiter in your sign. So that could be good for a healthier I am statement. Identifying as God instead of some title. This could also be a time where it might be easier to gain weight. Jupiter and Taurus. Jupiter could overdo things. Taurus, feeding the senses. Jupiter is also spiritual. So the way to combat that, or to perhaps what we could do, is make it spiritual. I'm going to moderate and use temperance in this sensual gratification. I'm going to sacrifice that desire to fulfill that for a higher good, for the salvation of mankind, for a friendlier environment to live in. That's how we're priests and priestesses. And that's how we're transforming suffering into salvation. All right. Let's shuffle these cards some. And ask for guidance for Taurus. Yeah, I feel like why are we stuck up in the mental realm? We're having a hard time decide on what. I would say go into get emotionally balanced and then see what is making us emotionally unbalanced. And then see if we could take a new way of thinking about that, or thought that is causing some type of emotional imbalance, which ultimately I think could be leading to indecisiveness, because if we're not, or making the wrong decision when we're emotionally flustered. So if something does fluster us, it causes us to have a reaction. It's better to be not in a reaction state. And how do we do that? By being mentally and emotionally balanced. So that if something in our exterior comes up, to confront that. It's like if somebody makes fun of you and you get flustered. We've used that word a lot today. That's the word of the day, fluster. Today is a 60% chance of flusters. Then if it does cause a reaction out of you, that could be a sign that your ego is too strong in that area, not healthy. There. We're not able to make fun of ourselves. That's not a good expression of humility. And I feel like Tauruses usually are pretty humble. We forget it's fire and earth, Taurus. It's a wild ox. When they get going, they get going. When they start to plow the field, they will do it until it's done. And you can count on them to do it. But to get them up and out of bed and moving takes a lot of work. And then you got to feed them all the time. You know, Taurus is also, besides eating, is in charge of the lower half of the head and the jaw. And I think the shoulders that put like the girdle to like carry for the ox to carry the sled. But it has to do with singing. And I think ears too. Tauruses often have beautiful, strong voices. They do. And they teach us just to keep it simple, stupid. How to enjoy those kind of the simple things in life. We need that. Thank you for doing that for us. But now we have Uranus in your sign, which has been there for a while and will continue to be. What does the new age Taurus look like? Somebody who's not just stuck on the couch eating chips and playing video games, binge watching Netflix. And I know there's the Tauruses, but they walk between that line and then being out and being workaholics. So who's to say maybe that's that line that y'all supposed to walk here? I don't know. But what the Taurus is asked to do is to get out of, is to jump into the waters of life, which means feeling emotion, and air is missing a little bit with you, which is being mature of thought, being thoughtful of others. That can be a challenge for Taurus. But ultimately, you're ruled by Venus, who's the best planet. I say all the planets are the best, but Venus is a pretty good planet. Tauruses are often the most beautiful. Taurus is my favorite sign. I'm a Scorpio, and I just appreciate them. A Knight of Cups. It did come in upside down. Is Dream Prince Charming coming towards us right now? I feel like unless we are consciously preparing, here's a little seek. That's short for secret. Do we want a Prince Charming in our life? Here's what you're going to want to do. You're going to want to imagine with your imagination. Dream. You want to dream up. Totally fictional. It doesn't exist in reality. We're going to bring it into existence in our... We've already had the spark to do it. The energy to do it. So now that light, if we choose, if this is what we want, we've chose that. Now there's that spark with our exercise of our will. Now that spark, that idea, that is a Prince or Princess Charming. We're going to want to imagine what that would looks like in detail, to the fact where we bring it into our lives and it is no longer just fictional, it's real inside of our mental realm, and we're going to want to feel about it. Then we bring our emotional realm into that. You might even dream about it when you go to bed. You'll meet him, meet her. You want to set up your life as if they're moving in to your apartment or house this evening. You want to keep a place in bed for them. Talk to them before you go to sleep. Wake up in the morning and greet them. It's your god, your goddess. And when you develop that relationship with your god, your goddess, that personal relationship, if karma and your dharma and your past actions and the consequences that necessarily come from them, and your soul's missions contract, whatever that included when you came here, then you very well may manifest that person in the physical flesh realm. If not, you'll meet them in the heavenly realm, because you've put them there in the heavenly realm in your earthly time. That's creating heaven on earth. within us. So what's our idea of heaven? We have to clearly think about it, feel about it, believe in it, have faith in it, have trust in it. Leave room for the Spirit to work. And then Prince Charming might be galloping up. And if not, maybe you're meant to go through this world as a solo freaking warrior. Well, when you go to sleep at night, God, Goddess will come and visit you and be with you and nurture you. If we're doing our awake time right, which is courageously going forth on our mission. What's the mission of the Taurus? To bring the fire, the light to earth. Thank you. And bringing people into their earthen bodies. Thank you for that. Thank you for teaching us the beauty of earth. Your very embodiment. Oh, beautiful Taurus. How do I count the ways that I love thee? I'd be here all freaking day because I love me some Tauruses. So fine. I wish you was mine. But if you got a Taurus, you're going to have to feed him. I can't afford to feed a Taurus. You can't have to. A Taurus is a prize. They don't need that much. They bring them chocolates occasionally. The more fancier signs would be like Libra, maybe Capricorn, even. But Leo would be the most annoying one. I remember soul plan, the fated life versus the destiny life. I remember we were just talking about like a soul contract or a soul plan. Gosh, I need to raise money for a better camera. Let me just put it into existence with my magic manifestation skills that I suck at myself. No, that's not true. If you want to manifest something, you want to tap into the goddess energy. The Freemasons know this. It's the ancients knew it. It got totally screwed with Christianity and Judeo-Christianity. But it's alive in Judaism. They know they have the temple is the goddess. The church, Mother Church. Bet, the home. The bull of Taurus. You are the temple of God. Aww. But right now we're looking up I remember. I remember the time we fell in love. You remember the time when we first met, girl. Cancer season can be a time of nostalgia. And in some ways, I mean, it's nice to like make the present more magical. But we can't be living in the past too much. And not that bad. Because it keeps us from moving forward. Uranus and Taurus is asking us to move forward. And when heaven comes to earth, that could be ground shattering, earth shattering. Uranus and Taurus is like the skull of Jupiter breaking open and Athena being born out of its forehead with the goddess Nike victory in her hand. That sounds lit. What do I remember? Do you remember your past life? Oh, I was the king of Nottingham in my last life. I might have been a horse thief in my last life. We all want to do these past life regressions. You might not like what you see. Might be a reason we forgot this. Oh gosh, that took forever to find. Let's do it. I remember. Soul Plan. The fated life versus the destiny life. There was a moment before you were born when you chose the conditions of the life you're living right now. Hold up! Did I not just say that earlier, which was not something I was saying in hardly any readings, that you might have had a soul contract that you signed up for before you came here in a previous life? And then what does this say? There was a moment before you were born when you chose the conditions of the life you're living right now. Damn. When you plotted out these exact moments along the timeline of your life, we live in a world of free will, and therefore these moments become our destiny only through saying yes. The exercisement of our free conscious willpower. The fated life is the one we were born into. Our ascendant almost. But it's also the way we ascend. The destiny life is the one our soul chooses, our heart, our sun. And it takes courage and faith. If you pull this card, it's because you're likely now face to face with the choice to follow the destiny life over the fated life. Let's go. To trust the path your soul is calling you toward. And to remember that this moment was prearranged on your life's timeline. You may find yourself at a crossroads. At a moment where you're being called to make a decision to keep walking the perfectly laid out path before you, or choose the one less traveled. You may be facing a change of career, a new relationship, a difficult decision, or something else that requires courage and faith. You're being invited to remember your soul's greater plan and to surrender to it. When you're confronted with a path that's undefined, it's normal for doubt to rear its head. We fear the unknown. But fear not from your heart space. In fact, this is a certain sign that you're facing your soul's greater plan. Every hero in his or her life journey comes eye to eye with doubt. The only way around it is through it. It's all part of the larger plan, my friend. Remember your soul plan and trust and have faith in the universe and your ability to affect it with goodness. And it will reflect back unto you such. May you go in peace and love in the month of July. I hope you got something out of this. I did.